Welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Bundles, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the behaviors that we can leave in 2019. We can just leave them behind. I'm really excited that we're about to go into a new year. I don't know, I'm just really excited. I feel really blessed. I know sometimes we can take it for granted that we're moving into a new year, but for me, it's really important to just be grateful. So I'm really blessed. You know, I'm really excited that we're going to go into a new year. And just speaking from one entrepreneur to another entrepreneur, I just would like to share some of the things that I'm definitely leaving behind and some things that I recommend you leave behind as well. So if you are interested in this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Please make sure that you are subscribed, and let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first behavior that I have is over-obligating. This is something that I am definitely working my hardest to just leave behind, because there can be certain things that you do or certain things that so let me just say this. Say you have a certain goal that you want to reach by a certain date. I like to set goals, and I like to make sure that I'm working toward the goal every single day. So if I have a goal of, doubling what I did last year, just as an example, then every day I'm going to, okay, what did I do today to double that goal? What did I do to make sure that I'm moving closer? If I have a goal to, whatever personal goal you have, I can't really think of any other examples, whatever personal goal you have for your business and for your life, every day, in my opinion, it really helps me reach those goals by figuring out what did I do to contribute to reaching that goal today. And so even if I don't necessarily reach the goal, I can look back and say, okay, well, I know I've tried my best. I did what I could do. But it helps me to say, okay, Brittany, you tried your best. Did you do your best? Mom would always say, do what you can do. Do what you can do. And so that's a way of holding myself accountable, by just making sure that I'm making sure that my actions align with what my goal is going to be. It's one thing to say, I want to be successful. You're like, well, who doesn't? But what are you actually doing every day to make that happen? If you're not doing anything different with your life, it's like, okay, yeah, you can say you want it, but how bad do you really want success? You know what I mean? If you haven't defined what success is to you, if you haven't made any strides or plans or taken any actions to actually get to that success, whatever success may be for you, how bad do you really want it? And so, like I was just saying, over-obligating yourself. Sometimes when I set goals, I find myself over-obligating myself. So I may say, okay, today I'm going to make 2 videos, and I'm going to respond back to all of these emails, and I'm going to go to the post office and mail out this hair, and I'm going to go to my website and update this, and then I'm going to also do this, and I'm also going to work on new lighting for my, just so much that you have just packed. You over-obligate yourself to so many things. Or it may be something like, say it's an event that you have agreed to do, and it's like, I really want to do this event, but I've also planned something else here that's kind of conflicting, and then I also have to do this for my business. I have to get this done. I have to do this, and you look back and you're overwhelmed because you overbooked and you've over-obligated yourself. You've stretched yourself too thin. So that's one of the things that I'm definitely leaving behind. I'm going to definitely work on making sure that I still am working toward my goals, but I'm doing it in a way that's not making me feel overwhelmed. I'm doing it in a way that doesn't feel like I'm doing too much. I never want to feel like I'm not doing anything, but I have to find that balance. And I think that's a balance that is very challenging to find, because on one hand, you're like, go. On the other hand, you're like, well, Brittany, you need to rest. And, you still need to get some things done. And then you have the middle ground. You have the ground that you're supposed to be on, like, yes, I'm going to get this done, but this is how I'm going to schedule my day and structure my time to make sure that I encompass everything. And I'm not going to jam pack my schedule with so many things that I'm not able to really just take a breath and breathe. So that's the first thing that I wanted to point out that I will be leaving behind in 2019. And if you can relate, I recommend you leave it behind as well. Stop over-obligating yourself. Even if it's something like, and I'm going to move on to the next thing, but even if it's something like, you've told someone that you will do something to help their business, or you told someone that you would do something to help them. It's like, it's great to help others. It's great, but you also have to keep yourself in mind. You really do. And I know we don't like to hear that, because it kind of, some people can take it and be like, that just sounds selfish. I'm not going to worry about myself. But no, in order to help others, in order to have, all of you together, to even be able to see someone else's issue clearly, to be able to provide what you would think, a resolution would be, It's like you need to be in the right mental space. And in order to be in the right mental space, you don't need to be overwhelmed. You don't need to feel overobligated. The next thing that I want to leave behind in 2019 is not anything that I do, but it's something that I see a lot of people doing constantly. And it's something that I see people reaching out to me in emails talking about is competing. I just want everyone to know that there's no race. Like, it used to sound so cliche to me when I would hear people say, the only person you're in competition with is yourself. And I used to be like, what? But now I get it. I get it. I'm not competing with anyone else. I don't know anyone else's story, what their playing cards are, what their income is, what their outlets are, who their resources are. I don't know. I don't know what their purpose is, what God's plan for their life is. I don't know. And so me competing with someone, in my opinion, it just sounds foolish. I'm competing with a blindfold on because I really don't know what I'm competing against. Like I say in so many videos, no one is going to tell you every single thing they're doing. And I don't want to say no one, but I'm going to say it's very rare for someone to tell you every single thing they're doing in life. Now, we are on the internet, so there are some people that do that. But for the majority of people, they're not telling you every single thing. What's going to be highlighted the majority of the time is success. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, why would someone constantly just show their failures over and over again? Now, there are people that do. I wanted to get on YouTube and show a different side of me. I wanted to say a different side of the business. I wanted to make a channel so that people can see, okay, let's follow my journey. You know what I mean? It's not all sunshine and gumdrops all the time. It's not, I wanted to show you, like I say in a lot of videos, opening a salon, working in a salon, hiring in a salon, deciding to close a salon. How am I going to continue my business? I wanted to show that. I wanted to show all sides, but not everyone wants to do that. So many people are focused just on the highlighted points of success, and that's what they think business is, because people really don't typically show their failures. Like, no one's getting on, I don't want to say no one, but there's a small amount of people that are getting on like, okay, I had a horrible year this year in business, or you know what, my business still fell through, or you know what, I've been trying to get business financing and I just have not been approved. There's limited videos about that, but there's tons of videos about, how I made all this money and how I did this and how I did that. And, those are great. I'm just saying that we have to know that just because this avenue or the way that this person decided or chose to go this path that this person decided to go down that got them further success is not going to work for everyone. That's just the truth. Even for me, if I sit down, I give you tips and insight and advice based on my journey, but that doesn't mean that it's going to work exactly the same for everyone that implements the advice that I give you. And so ultimately, we have to learn to stop competing. We have to learn to really look at ourselves and really try to become the best that we can be. Every day, my goal is to try and be better than I was yesterday. My goal is to try to make sure my business is doing better this year than it did last year. My goal is to make sure that I'm happy. My goal is to make sure that I'm in a good place. And so if we really start taking the focus off of, well, what are they doing compared to what I'm doing? We really start to see the benefit and the value of our business. It's really misleading to compare yourself to anyone else and to really have a competition in your mind about, well, she did this, so I need to be doing this too. No, you don't know the whole story. And it's not, I don't want to say it's not your business, but it's really not your business, the full story. You know what I mean? If someone decides to share it, they decide to share it. But for us to take that and start downplaying our business and feeling depressed and feeling low about ourselves because we're sitting here just simply watching everyone else's wins, but we're not watching the full story, in my opinion, it's like it doesn't make sense. So what we want to leave behind in 2019 is competing, that competitive spirit, the spirit of, I'm not going to help anyone else get ahead. I don't want to share anyone's pictures. I don't want to like anyone's pictures. I don't want to help anyone. It's not about you winning and someone else losing. It's really about finding a way that you can become the most, sufficient in your business, the most successful in your business, and then helping as many as you can to come along. Knowing that just because someone follows the advice or the, training or tips that you give them, it may not work exactly the same, but empowering your followers and empowering the people that you are around to know and to trust their judgment. Like, hey, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, but ultimately you have to have that self-confidence and the motivation inside of you to put your spin on it and to figure out what way is going to work best for you. So like I said, that's something that I wish everyone would leave behind, is competing, that competitive spirit. Now, another thing that I think we should leave behind as entrepreneurs is doubt. Always doubting our business, always doubting our ideas, always, we're so excited, and then we may run our ideas past someone else and say they're not as excited as us. And, I see it all the time. And it's like, that spark that you saw in that person's eye is no longer there. All those posts that they were posting, it stopped. All of the excitement in their voice, you don't hear it anymore. Everything's just gone. And so, whether it's because someone said that idea is stupid, whether it's because someone said, well, I don't know if this is going to work. Such and such tried it. It ain't work for him. Such and such tried it. It ain't work for her. We have to stop doubting ourselves. If you don't believe, or if you don't see potential in your business, how do you expect anyone else to see the potential in your business? It really starts with what you see and how you feel about your business. That's why I always say, get into a business, into an industry that you feel passionate about. Anyone can get a product and sell it. That doesn't make you passionate nor successful in your business. You want to make sure that you're doing something that you enjoy doing, and so even if you feel like you're doubting, because, we're human. Sometimes I even get thoughts of doubt, like, Brittany, do you think this is really, do you? And, it's okay to think about different ideas and different strategies, but when you're constantly doubting yourself and constantly telling yourself reasons that your idea is not going to work and your business is not going to work and your business isn't good enough and you can't do it, that's really not healthy, and it's really not going to contribute to the growth nor success of your overall business. It's not. So doubting yourself and also doubting others, putting that doubt in other people's minds. When someone comes to you with a business idea, you don't have to necessarily see everything, or understand their whole concept. You can ask questions, but to put doubt on someone else's dreams and to try and crush someone else's, excitement and their inspiration and their motivation at this point, in my opinion, is wrong. So I just think we should leave doubt behind. Just because you don't see it, whether it be for your business or someone else's, doesn't mean that it will not come to pass. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that the whole world, won't. It just, you may not understand it, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to work. So I would just leave that behind. Another thing that I would like to leave behind in 2019 is procrastination. So always putting it off. Well, next year I'm going to do it. You don't have to wait for a new year to start a business. You don't have to wait for the new year to try and readjust your attitude, try and readjust who you are as a person, try and readjust, anything. You don't have to wait for a certain specific time. Like I always say, get started with what you have. Do what you can with what you have. And so, the whole, I'm going to put it off because of this. I'm going to wait until tax time. I'm just going to wait until here. The problem with that is so many people put it off for so long that it never ends up happening. Or they put it off for so long that their interest ends up changing, so that when it does happen, you're not even as excited or as fueled or pumped to go along with the dream that you had months ago or that you had a year ago. And so procrastination is really, it can be our worst enemy, just sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting and hoping for a great moment to just arise and knock on your door. And it's like, that may happen. You may wait and procrastinate. It may work in your favor. But typically what I've seen is it hasn't worked in too many people's favors. Like I said, you just keep waiting and keep waiting and keep waiting, but you're not happy with the position that you're in your life. And so it's kind of like they're conflicting. It's like, I want better, I want more, but I'm going to wait to make the change to get it. It's like, no, if you want better, if you want more, start now. It's going to take some steps in the right direction. So don't procrastinate. Look at ways that you can make it happen versus ways that why you can't make it happen. Okay, well, I may not have all the money that I would like to have to get started, but this is what I do have. So this is what I'm going to do with what I have. I may not have my website up and running yet, but I still want to start selling. So this is what I'm going to start doing now. Or I may not have the credit that I want to purchase the house that I want next year. So this is what I'm going to start doing now to make sure that I can get that house next year. We really have to stop putting it off. You can really put something off forever, so I would definitely leave procrastination in 2019. The next thing that I would say leave in 2019 is negative perception. So just having negative thoughts about yourself, having negative thoughts about your business, just always being an overall negative person. Like, well, I don't know if my business is going to do well this year. Last year didn't really do nothing. I'm kind of over this. I don't know. It's just like, what am I even doing? It's like, speak positively, speak positive into your business, speak positive into your thoughts, speak positive into your future. Just because you don't see how it's going to work, and just because your business isn't going how you want it to go, that's business. You know what I mean? That's business. Everyone wants to be a business owner until you're faced with business problems or business owner problems. And it's like the notion of becoming a boss and becoming just, a self-made person and becoming successful, that idea that you're not going to face any downfalls or take any losses, it's just not my reality. I have not seen that happen. Like I said, in some other videos, business owners may not show you every single fall that they occur or that occurs in their life. A lot of them don't show you until they're well off and pretty, established and successful. Then they come back and they show you, well, this is the stuff that I was going through and no one knew. I'm just saying that, just looking at everything realistically, everyone goes through ups and downs. No business is just constantly on the up and up and up and not taking any losses or any backlash. Nothing negative happens, but we really have to change our perception, and we really have to look at what we're going through and look at the positive in it. I can look at some things that I've gone through and I can say, well, this was negative. Okay, well, this ain't work. Or I can look at it and say, you know what? This is going to be a positive experience because of what I learned, and what I went through is going to help someone else. And also, hey, I didn't waste my time. This is what I got out of it. And because I went through this is why I'm able to have better insight doing it this way. And so it's all about your perception. It's all about how you're looking at where you're at in your business. It's all about how you value your business, how you're looking at the potential of your brand. And so, like I said before, I really strongly recommend that whatever business you're in, it's something that you're passionate about, and it's something that you are self-motivated about. It's something that motivates you every day to want to be better, something that motivates you every day to want to get up and work towards your business. Like I said before, in another video, just getting a product just to sell, and you have no attachment to the industry. You're not really trying to build a relationship with your customers. You're not, some stores like that work, but I'm just saying, for me, I know the person I am, I have to be committed. And in order for me to be committed, I have to be interested. And in order for me to be interested, it has to be something that I like doing. And so that's why, me choosing something that I'm passionate about works well for me. But I definitely make sure that I'm keeping a positive perspective on everything. It's essential. It's crucial. If I wake up with a negative thinking pattern, it's going to affect my whole day. And I already know that. I know that I'm going to look at certain things with a negative, view. I'm going to, not feel as great mentally or, physically. I know that I'm not going to be in a clear level mind if I want to make a video. I know that it's going to affect the way that I might respond back. Of course, I'm not going to be rude, but I may not even see all of the opportunities or potentials because I'm so crowded with negative thoughts and a negative perception. So try your best to have a positive perception. And I'm just going to leave, negative perceptions about our business and about who we are as people in 2019. Like, we don't need to take it with us into the new year. And then the last thing that I'm going to say leave behind is not staying committed. So this is one of the biggest things that I'd like to highlight. There's so many people that are so eager and pumped to start a business. I talk to so many people that are so excited. I can't wait. This is my dream. I've been wanting to do this forever. I can't wait. And literally, they may purchase a few memberships of drop shipping, or they may purchase, some bundles to sell on hand, or they may purchase wholesale, and everything, the business isn't starting. It's not taking off running, because a lot of businesses don't. Like I said, it's not unnormal or uncommon for you to open a business and not get a sale your first day or your first week or even your first month. That's not uncommon. It takes time for people to know who you are, to build up the confidence to even trust you enough to purchase, to take a look and do the research to see if they like your products or if they want to use you. I mean, it can take time. And so, like I said, there's people that are so pumped, and I periodically check back on their Instagram or their website, and it's like their website's no longer in service. Their social medias haven't been updated in months. There's just nothing. There's nothing there. And I may reach out and they're like, well, I decided not to do it anymore. Or I decided, I'm just going to wait, put it off until next year. Or I decided I just got busy with the other stuff in life. And it's like, you're as busy as you allow yourself to get. Of course, everyone has a different life. Everyone has different things on their plate. But it's like, if this is something that you are committed to, it needs to be just that. The idea that you can start a business, pick it up, drop it when you want to, pick it up again, drop it when you want to, and think that it's going to be very, very successful. It hasn't been my reality. Typically the people that I've seen be really successful. And even with my business, the way the traffic that the way that I've seen my traffic increase and the way that I've seen my sales increase is by me staying committed, me being consistent. That's the word I was looking for. You want to be consistent with your business. Whatever your consistent looks like, be consistent. If you work, 5 days a week with your business, okay. If that's the right expectation that you set with your customers, if that's the right expectation for your brand, and if that's something that you're sticking to, then just stick to it. Of course, we're human, so there may be some days that you're like, I just couldn't do it. I had this, and this to do, or I was just sick. I couldn't do it. I get that. But just to not touch your business and just to give up, because things didn't go or aren't going as you planned for them to go, really isn't going to, it's not going to help. It's not going to help. That's what I have for what we can leave behind, and we're not going to take it with us into the next year. I really hope that this video helped. I could have went on and on with this video, but just for your sake, I'm going to cut it here. So I do want to thank you for watching. I think that's my package right now, but my hair package. But I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.